So for today's tutorial, we are going to design a knife. This is the default Blender view. I am going to select all of these objects and press X to delete it. And here we have nothing now. So press 7 on your numpad. So you are in the front view. And I am going to add a reference image. I downloaded this knife from the Google. You can also download it. Same picture, or you can just take the picture here, and so you have this reference image. And for this reference image I am going to make it downward. Select this one under the Z direction, move it like that, and from the data object properties here, opacity I am going to make it 0.75. And this image, we when we are working on it, we don't want to select it. So go here under the filter and here selectables, select it, and this one uncheck it. So now you are not able to select this image, as you can see it. Okay, now press 7. So you are in the front view, sorry, in the top view. And here I'm going to press shift A, add the object, and here we are going to edit a plane. So we have a plane here like that. I'm going to press tab to go to the edit mode, and this one I'm going to make it smaller like that. And here we have this move tool. I'm going to select it, move it here like that, and just drag these points. So I'm going to toggle the X-ray view so we can see it clearly. Okay, so these 2 points, these are good, and just place them like that. And for these two I'm going to move it, so just drag the shape of this blade. So we have here a blade and a handle and some pins to assemble them. Okay, so for now, for this one I am going to make it below, move it in the Z direction. So you just drag the outer edges of this blade. I'm going to select it, E to extrude it, and make sure you lock this x-axis so it's moving the x-axis direction, and just place it here. So this one we have to move it downward. Basically we are achieving a circular shape, the arc shape. Okay, again E and X, and this one I'm going to place it here. Okay, this one I have to move it a little bit above, so I'm just dragging this outer edges. And from this point I'm going to press E to extrude, and in the extraction place it here, and again E to extrude and extraction, and place it here, again E to extrude and lock it in the extraction, and again E, and this is the last extrusion in this direction, and place it like that. Now we have to move all of these vertices like that. So you just drag this position. I'm going to select it and move it like that. So you have to practice it, just don't sit and see. Watch for 2 minutes or 3 minutes and then try to do it by yourself. So that is a good way to practice the things. When you sit here and just watch, things will be seem too easy, but when you will yourself try it, you will not get the quality of the design. So just keep watching, will not benefit you. Okay, so I just move all of these vertices to track this position, and we just simply use this move tool and extrude tool. Okay, then again E to extrude it and lock it in the extraction, and like that at this point. And I'm going to press Ctrl R to add loops here like that. And for these loops I am going to move it above to achieve this sharp corner, sorry, the round corner. We don't want to keep it sharp, so that's why we are making it a round. Let's drag this position, and one again Control R, this loop. So I am adding these two vertices, or if you go to edge selection mode, this edge by Control R, you may know that. Okay, so we just achieve this shape as you can see it. All right, I am going to press Control R to add a loop here like that. And this point, this middle point, I'm going to move it a little bit like that. So we have this sharp edge. Okay, so this is the shape which we design it. You can go to modifier and you can solidify it and increase its thickness like that. Make this thickness very small. And the other thing you can do that, you can apply this solidify. So you add a edge loop here, and you got, so you can make the sharp edges here for this blade. So I'm going to press Control A, go to object mode, Control A to apply this one, or you can also go here and apply it. So now we have the vertices like that. Okay, again Control R to add a loop here at this point. And for this loop, I'm going to basically for these edges, I'm going to basically scale it in the z direction, sz a little bit like that. These two, select these two, sz. So basically, when the blade of the knife move to this sharp edges, these points are have the small thickness. These two, sz, s and z like that, s and z, something like that. Okay, for to make these edges sharp, press 2. So you are in the selection mode. I am going to select all of these edges. So basically we have to move forward for them. So we have a sharp, very sharp blade. Like that, and I'm going to add the crease for it. Press N here under the transform main crease, increase it. And here we have some issue just for this place. Move it like that, this vertices. Okay, check it under the subdivision surface. I'm going to add it and see the shape, make it to smooth shade. And here you can see we have this blade, and you can add other loops here. And this one you can see it's very short. Okay, this is the simple blade. Now we have to make this handle. So press 7, so you are in the front view. And again shift A, by shift A we have this add menu and add a plane here. I'm going to move it here, press tab to go to the edit mode and make it small. And this one, the this plane, we can name it blade, and I can hide it now. Okay, so just move it here, move it above as to scale. So just drag this position. So for this one, I'm going to basically drag these positions, and I'm going to drag these positions. This above surface, it's a little bit circular, so we are going to add the loops here, and we can then with this annotation we can delete this one. Okay, so here for these two, I'm going to drag this position which I told you, and these two I'm going to press E to extrude it in the extraction like that, and then again E to extrude, and under lock the extraction, place it here, and then again E to extrude like that, and again E to extrude under the extraction. I'm going to toggle this X-ray view so you can see the backside. For these two loops, I'm going to press G double like that and place it here at this position. For this one, I'm going to move tool, select this move tool. It will make the work easy, and place it like that. These two, I'm going to move it here. These two, I'm going to move it here. Now just drag this position, select these two and move it down like that, and Control R, add a loop here at this position, and these two I'm going to move it here at this point, and Control R to add three loops here at this position. I'm going to select all of these and move it so this middle one is in the middle of this circle, and select all of these and move it downward like that, and select now these three, move it. So for this reference we are going to stop here, and again like that, and we have to move it here. Okay, this position I am going to select these two and S and Y to make it smaller, and this one I am going to place it here, this one at this position. Now for this one I am going to press Control R and add three loops so we can track this position. Now select these three and move it, and for this last vertex, this one at this position I'm going to stop it. So basically I am selecting two, and for the one I'm going to stop the move tool. Now select these three, I'm going to move it at this position. So now you can see we drag this position and Control R to add these three loops here. Basically I'm going to add one, Control R, at this position, make it like that, and Control R to add three and place it like that. This circle is in the center like that, and now we have to move these ones to give it a arc shape, and again Control R, add two here. I'm going to move it little bit, and this one move it little bit. Now for this circle I'm going to select these vertices and move it like that. Control R and add three, and make sure you place it in the middle like that. Okay, one more here. So just make sure you track all of this shape. Okay, and again one here, and Control R, add a loop here, and just press your left mouse button, and then it's active to move this loop. So then press right to place it in its initial position. So make sure you just track all of this. Select these two vertices, move it like that. Okay, this one I'm going to move it like that, and this one I'm going to move it like that. Control R, add two here. Select these vertices and just track it. So when you apply the subdivision surface, you get a good shape. Okay, this one I am going to move it little bit and this one a little bit. So you have this arc shape. I'm going to work here. This vertices I'm going to move it here and this one little bit. Okay, now control R. I'm going to add three loops here like that. And this one I am going to move it to give it a circular shape. Okay, so for this one, as you know, we may use the loop tool to make this shape circular. So that's why for this one, I needed to move these vertices. So I'm going to select these three, move it like that. This one, so basically give it a shape of a box. Okay, so we have this shape like that. So we achieve this shape. And now press tab to go to the edit mode, select all of these and E to extrude and extrude it like that. Just make sure you have a good thickness. So for me this is good. And here I am going to control R, add a loop here, and for this loop I am going to make it scale it in the X direction, sorry, Y direction, S and Y, and make it like that. Now apply the subdivision modifier and see you get this shape for two levels, and I'm going to shade smooth. So you achieve this shape. It's looking good. Or for these vertices, you can you can move them. It's looking good. Now go to top view, and here we have to make these circles. So I am going to disable this subdivision solidify modifier and go to toggle X-ray, and here you can see, and now make sure you are in the face selection mode. We have to select these faces, press 7, go to edge selection mode and select these faces, and make sure you also select it in the bottom side. Okay, press 7. So for these faces, we basically want them to have a circular shape. So make sure the loop tool is active in the add-on, and here go and make a circle from these edges. So here you can see we have this circle like that. Press 7. basically Control Z to go select this one, press I to insert it, and at this point now make the circle, and then again Control R and loop tool, sorry, right click and bridge. So you have like that. At this point press 3, check it with the subdivision solidify, and here you can see we have this shading issue. So I'm going to select all of these faces, X to delete these faces, and now select this one. Here you can see we have these two vertices in the middle, X to delete these vertices, and again S to delete these vertices. So these vertices are deleted. Then press 3, sorry, 2. So you are in the edge selection mode. Select this edge and this one and press F to fill it. Now select this edge and F, 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 F. So to fill it, and I'm going to Control R, and here I am going to add a loop here, and Control R, add a loop here, and Control R, and move it like that, and again Control R here in this cylindrical hole, and now check the subdivision surface. So now you can see we make a perfect hole. So same way, if you added this mesh like me, you can do that. And these three faces you have to select, these three faces, and press Y like that, and make sure it's also selected the other side. So that's why I activated the toggle X-ray. Press 7 so you are in the top view, and make it a little bit smaller, and again right click and from the loop tool add the circle, and then loop tool and bridge it. Now press 2, 3, toggle X-ray, deactivate it, and press 1 so you are in the vertex selection mode, and here you can see you have these two vertices, X to delete these vertices, and see it in the subdivision surface. And again we are going to repeat the process. Press 3 so you are in the face selection mode, select all of these faces. You can press the alt and select one face, it will select the other. X to delete these vertices, X to X to delete these faces, and press 2 on your keyboard so you are in the edge selection mode. Select this edge and this edge, and press F, then select this and F, F to fill it like that. Okay, now Control R to add a loop here, again Control R, add a loop here, and Control R, add a loop like that, Control R, add a loop like that. Now check it with the subdivision surface, and you can see we have a hole here. Okay, the last one is your assignment. You have to make this hole the same way we did these two holes. So you have to make here another hole, and after that Alt H. So you have this one, and I'm going to move it in the middle, and these vertices as you can see it's crossing it. So tab, press 7, we have this knife. Now you can apply the texture or the color if you want. So for me, now I'm going to stop because it's becoming lengthy. So this last role is your assignment. You will get good with these loop tools and make the circle. How you can make the circle, some vertices you have, and how you can make them circle, bridge them, and make this hole. So you have to practice it. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and please subscribe my channel.